One man was seriously wounded today in a shootout in front of an Oxford gas station on Highway 21.
Plenty of sunshine and dry conditions across East Alabama. We'll have the forecast looking ahead to the weekend coming up.
Coming up in sports, we'll head out to the Creek Bank and check in with the Ohatchee Indians as they prepare for their region opener. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Thursday, September 7th, 2023. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Oxford Police Chief Bill Partridge says the shooting victim was airlifted to Birmingham in critical condition following that shooting, which happened in the parking lot near the intersection of Highway 21 and I-20. Upon the police's arrival, the suspect was taken down and placed into custody by Oxford officers. He faces multiple charges in connection with the shooting. Neither the victim's name nor the suspect's name has been released at this time.
The Oxford Public Library began holding digital literacy workshops this week to help people learn to get more benefit from their computers. Oxford is one of 215 public libraries nationwide chosen for a grant from AT&T to make those classes possible through the digitallearn.org program. The classes provide support designed to help patrons build skills and confidence using technology. Oxford Library Director Amy Henderson says the workshops will be on Wednesdays at noon and are free for all library patrons.
The digitallearn.org is a great resource, but they're classes that live online for people to learn how to use online sources. So if the person can't get online to the courses, then the courses have limited availability to help the person that needs the help. If we can offer the same courses in person with an instructor in-house, then we're able to connect with that person individually and help them to access the sources that they need instead of having to struggle to get online to learn the course that's online, teaching about online.
This grant, the Oxford Library will also have an interactive digital board in place for the live workshops at the library. Henderson says the grant will also be funding sessions that they call BYOD. That's Bring Your Own Device. And those will allow patrons to get one-on-one help with their computer lessons.
The BYOD class is on Tuesdays at noon, and that's where people bring in their own device, and then we help them with an issue or a problem that they're having. And if they want, we will be happy to download Libby, which is our ebook app, and help them to get ebooks onto their device for free. There's also, BYOD can be set up through the week individually, and then there's Knowledge City courses online, which is where people can learn about anything that they want to pretty much. There's almost 20,000 courses that are available free with your library card. And then the Digital Learn courses are available as well.
Library users can make use of these interactive digital boards in order to learn at their own pace, free from embarrassment, but with library staff nearby to answer questions and help overcome hurdles. This material will also be available to library users in both English and Spanish.
When we return, we'll tell you about a special program planned this weekend for expectant mothers who struggle with drug and alcohol addiction.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Women across East Alabama who are struggling with addiction during their pregnancies can receive help this weekend from a local group dedicated to providing support. The Safe Care program, which operates through the Agency for Substance Abuse Prevention, is holding an event at 11 Saturday morning at the Oxford Civic Center to help these women build a safe and effective care plan during pregnancy to help minimize the baby's exposure to opioids. The group plans to serve a free brunch, play games, offer door prizes, and give away a stroller and a car seat. The event will feature a guest speaker who is currently a part of the program and who will share her story with others. This guest speaker is currently in a rehab program in Birmingham and is in the process of working through the program to get custody of her baby. When we come back, it's Anniston versus Oxford this weekend, and the rivalry will be taken to the streets.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The old rivalry between Anniston and Oxford will be rekindled this week as teams from historic downtown Anniston hold a foot race against teams from historic downtown Oxford and the third annual Rivalry Run 5K. This year, the runners will begin at the Noble Street Park at 11th and Noble to head south towards Oxford. That race will end in Simmons Park at 400 Main Street in Oxford. Registration begins at 7 a.m. at Noble Street Park, and the race begins promptly at 8 a.m. An award ceremony will be held at Simmons Park at 9:30 a.m., and the City of Oxford will be hosting a shuttle service back to Anniston beginning at 9:45 a.m.
And hopefully those runners will have nice weather.
That we certainly hope so as they rekindle the rivalry. And why don't we right now turn to John Holder, who's standing by in the Weather Center to tell us what Saturday morning going to look like.
Mike and Katie, Saturday looking pretty good. It will be a little bit on the warm side, but no rainfall at all, not only Saturday, but for the entire foreseeable future across East Alabama. All the forecast details are next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Another hot, dry, and warm day across East Alabama. Temperatures actually a little bit above the average as we head into the weekend here for early September. 90 degrees for the high today, about 3 degrees above the average. 69 for the low this morning, again a couple of degrees above the average. 98, our record high temperature. Look at our record low, 48 degrees. And the sunrise and sunset times continue to be longer. Sun rising now at 6:22 and the sun setting at 7:01 in the evening. Weather on your street for a Thursday night. Going to take you to High Oak Drive out in Sachs. Beautiful evening. We are going to look at crystal clear skies, about 62 tonight. All in all, a very pleasant evening. No chance of rain in the forecast. Perfect for any outdoor activity all across the region on your Thursday night. Looking ahead to Friday, big day full of activities. Spring Road in Ohatchee, sunny, dry, and warm tomorrow. This is going to be the forecast for the foreseeable future. 86 for the high tomorrow. Near perfect weather all across East Alabama for your Friday afternoon. And as we look ahead to the weekend, more of the same coming your way. Almond Street over in downtown Heflin. It's going to be peaceful. We got warm weather. Highs will be in the 80s both days this weekend. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s and no chance of rainfall whatsoever. And that stays the same in our 7-day forecast. We do not see a chance of rain coming until at least Tuesday of next week. High temperatures continue to be in the 80s. I like it a little bit on the warm side, so this is just about perfect for me. No chance of rain in the forecast. Nighttime lows very pleasant, down in the low to mid 60s. Basically just very boring weather coming up for the next several days. Our next chance of rain, not until Tuesday of next week, about a 20% chance of a shower, a 1 in 3 chance on Wednesday. Again, about a 1 in 5 chance of a shower on Thursday of next week. Highs remain in the 80s and nighttime lows in the 60s. Not bad at all here in Alabama during the month of September. Going to look at the National Weather Service radar out of the Shelby County Airport over in Calera. Nothing out there. Those returns you see are just ground clutter. This radar is going to be resting. Normally in Alabama, that radar is working every day with things going on, but not for the next several days. We don't expect even a chance of rain coming up for the next 5 to 6 days all across East Alabama. Hey, don't forget to check out my weather forecast in the morning, 6 a.m. right back here on EAN News. I'll have the complete breakfast forecast every weekday morning, including tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Right now it's sports time. Chase Robinson going to talk about Ohatchee High School football. Chase?
Thanks, John. Some news coming out of Etowah today as head football coach Matt Glover has been placed on administrative leave, according to Attala City Schools. Coach Blake Bone has been named the interim coach for the Blue Devils as they get ready to open up region play tomorrow night against Asheville. The Ohatchee Indians head into week 2 of the season 2-0 with wins over Sacs in week 0 and Welborn last week in week 1. Tomorrow night they will begin region play against Westbrook Christian. Coach Chris Finley heads into year 2 as the Indians head coach. Last season, the Indians finished 3-7 on the year. They started the season off 0-7 before winning a game. Coach Finley talks about what he's learned so far about this team in 2023.
There's been some adversity in both games. We gave up a touchdown pretty much first drive of both games. Defensively we've been able to adjust and guys started doing their job. Sometimes you got to challenge guys, but they've responded every time we've challenged them. So so far that's what we've learned.
The Indians faced a lot of injuries at the beginning of last season, so a lot of younger guys were having to step in all over the field. So that has created more depth for this season for the Indians.
This is the least we've had up front for a while. I think 5 of our, I say up front because we play 2 tight ends a lot, so our front's really 7 guys, but I think 5 of our 7 guys up front are only playing offense, so that's something that we haven't been able to do in a little while. So we're finally, we're getting a little depth, and that's what having to play so many young guys last year at times has afforded us now is we've got some more depth than we would have had. Guys that played in real games, so you can trust those guys to come in and play for us.
Ohatchee will begin region play tomorrow night against Westbrook Christian as they come to the Creek Bank. The Warriors are 1-0 with a win over St. John Paul II in week 0 and in their first game under head coach Steve Smith. For Ohatchee, they're used to playing against Steve Smith coached teams from his time at Piedmont. But Coach Finley sees the big challenge that the Warriors will have tomorrow night.
We've got a long history of playing against Coach Smith and Coach Blanchard on the defensive side, so we can play off some of that, knowing the things they like to do and things they like to do specifically against us. But it's getting ready like any week. It's 1 week at a time, and we can look at what they've done in the past, but also what they've done a little bit this year with the new guys that they've got there. So they're an impressive team, and those are 2 really good coaches, and I know some of the other coaches they've got there that are really good at what they do. So it'll be a challenge for sure.
Here are the games going on across East Alabama tomorrow night. Moody is at Alexandria. Anniston will begin region play hosting Munford. Cleburne County on the road at Talladega. You got Donahoe at Ragland. Hoax Bluff plays host to Glencoe. Top 10 matchup here is Jacksonville is at Handley. You've got Southside at Lincoln. Ohatchee hosting Westbrook Christian. Oxford on the road at Shades Valley. Another top 10 matchup here is Piedmont goes on the road to Sylvania to start region play. You've got West End at Pleasant Valley. Ranbert hosts Fayetteville. Randolph County is at Childersburg. You've got Sacs at Beulah. Spring Garden goes to Wadley, and Weaver is at Dadeville. And that's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed and watch the news whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Friday for your news on your schedule.